Episode 211. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have the Green Lantern Corps, #1. And we have Moon Knight Fist of Konshu at #5. Let's talk about them right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, I got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm actually doing some writing now for a screenplay that I got hired for, and I might be getting hired to do a book as well. I sent the contract off. And then it looks like I might be first ADing a film in March. I had an interview the other day. A bunch of stuff going on. And it looks like I'll be heading to Gamma as well, which is for board games, because I have this game, which is right now on GameFound. We're doing Late Pledge. If you guys are interested, it's by Mark Spears, all the art. And if you don't know who Mark Spears is, he's really raising up the ranks right now as far as cover art. He does cover art for all the major publishers right now. But anyway, it's you're playing as your favorite classic monster, and I'll put the link to that in the description below as well. But also remember too that we are doing the Green Hornet 90th anniversary anthology hardcover with stories by Timothy Zahn, who created Thrawn for Star Wars, Kevin J. Anderson, who writes for Dune, among others. Cover art by Matt Wagner, who did Batman and Grendel. Interior art, which we're about to unlock, which is only $500 more to unlocking that, by Dennis Calero of Marvel. Just amazing, amazing stuff. And in fact, I'm going to make an announcement about the new cover art that we have by Dennis Calero. It's going to be great. Anyway, go to greenhornetnoir.com or check out the link in the description below if that's easier for you. But yeah, we've already been fully funded, and now we're unlocking stretch goals. So it's a perfect time to jump in. The signed stuff will not be available in stores, and it won't definitely not be as cheap either. So you'll be saving money by jumping in on it now. All right, so let's jump into Green Lantern Corps. So this is by Jeremy Adams, my friend Jeremy Adams, who I did get to see. I haven't seen him since I was in LA. I've spoken with him. He was on my channel. But I haven't seen him since I left LA. Everybody's been saying that this is not written by him, but it's written by Morgan Hampton. I don't know. We didn't talk about it. I hadn't read this yet, so I didn't know what to ask him or not at that point, because it was on MegaCon. This had not come out yet. It had come out, but while I was traveling, so I didn't get a chance to read it, and I didn't get a chance to pick it up till I got back. Why we need 2 Green Lantern books is beyond me, especially when the main title feels like a team book anyway, because all the characters are in it. I'll tell you right off the bat, I know that Drew and Wes from Thinking Critical, they didn't like this at all. I did not hate this. I think it has some problems, but I didn't hate it. I just don't know why we need it. And also, I do agree with them that there's way too many human characters in here we should be seeing. There's plenty of humanoid characters in here that look human, just different colors. Like Arya, I forgot her name, or whatever else, or like Sinestro's daughter should also be in here. Those are all alien characters. We don't even see, and as they pointed out, this Kilowog's not even in here. But anyway, we start out with these space pirates or whatever, causing trouble. But anyway, Jon Stewart shows up and goes to liberate whatever people. And we have the bowling ball, all this stuff. And then he tries the main pirate guy tries to escape. But it doesn't go too well for him. But I really, really dislike the high boots on Jon Stewart. It makes him look like feminine. I don't like it at all. It doesn't make any sense. And in Justice League, they were just regular boots. I don't know who decided to do that, but it was a bad idea. But then, of course, they're It's almost like MIB, which I also don't like. Like, look at the blue guy sitting there at the precinct, because they're making it look a lot like cops. But there's a bunch of aliens in this shot, but none of them do any talking. But here's the MIB thing, where the guy in the blue ended up exploding all over Guy Gardner, and then he turns into a baby. I don't. It's not funny, but I think it's supposed to be funny. But anyway, then Simon Bass goes to talk to Jessica Cruz, and I guess she's taking over everything. And why? She's one of the newest members, and she's taking over all this stuff. And Simon Bass is trying to pump her up, saying that, she should have her confidence. And there's also a briefing going on. So she goes, "Oh my God, you made me sit here and I'm missing a briefing." And she runs out. Okay. But anyway, there's the briefing. And this is just, see the green girl there? That is Jon Stewart's dead sister. And he created some kind of a construct that's like an automaton and runs around like a child. Like a perpetual child. So 10 years from now, it'll still be a child. And it's creepy. It's almost like I brought a zombie back to life. Or I created an android of my dead sister. It's creepy. They should do away with that. It's not a good idea, and it's been around for a while now. But anyway, so they're talking about Sorrow and the fact that if he creates his home power battery, it's going to destroy the universe. I don't know how that'll work, but that's what they're saying. And then they're going to go on a mission, because since there's no power batteries for these things, people who exude high rates of emotion or high levels of emotion almost create their own powers as if they had a ring. And then they say, well, we're going to send a guy that knows a lot about fear. We're going to send Sinestro. Now, there's no explanation about why Sinestro is even part of the group. I mean, the guy was in a science cell, not but 5 issues ago, and now he's part of the Green Lantern Corps. I don't know. I think that's very strange. But anyway, they're going to Zamaron, and they see Blackfire, because this is where Starfire is from, and they're fighting like their god or whatever else, Zal. By the time they get there, and Sinestro's like, "I'll handle this my way. And you'll know why I was called the greatest Green Lantern ever." So I like a lot of this stuff. So the Tamaranian is just fearful of everything, and she's put herself in a bubble, and they go to fight the construct, or at least subdue it from destroying parts of the city, while he goes to deal with the woman that is basically creating this haphazardly. And the artwork is really good. So he ends up going inside the bubble and confronting her and telling her it's going to be okay, and you need the willpower to control the fear. She ends up doing that and destroying the construct, and I guess they're looking to augment their ranks, so they end up giving her a ring. I think that's very random. You're about to destroy a city, and instead you get promoted. But I like her look. I like Tamaranians in general. Although they don't like to wear clothes for the most part, so I think there should have been a little bit more skin there, but whatever. And then, they go back to Jessica Cruz to tell her what happened. I guess there's another problem on Thanagar, and Hawkgirl shows up. I do not like her look at all. Not at all. I'm missing the green portions of it. The helmet, which is her most iconic part, is completely wrong. And then, I missed the midriff. I think the old costume holds up. I don't know why they change it. But overall, I thought it was decent. I think it was great, but I thought it was decent. I didn't hate it as much as they did. And whether Jeremy wrote it or not, I don't know. I can't tell you. All right, so let's jump into Moon Knight. So this is again, the only book I'm really getting from Jed MacKay. I dropped X-Men like immediately. He doesn't know how to do team books as far as I'm concerned. And then he started doing Avengers, and I dropped it because it was bad. And then when Storm came into it, I picked it back up. And then I was about to drop it, but then they threw Black Cat into it. So I'm just going to finish the Black Cat storyline. I'm going to jump ship because, again, he doesn't know how to write team books. Where this has a team in it, but it's not the main focus. The main focus is still Moon Knight, and I think he knows how to balance that better than having an ensemble cast. But anyway, we have Moon Knight is about to fight the drug dealer guy that's basically turned their lives upside down, a drug that's like almost magical. And then he ended up planting it on them and called it moon dust. They had to run after the Midnight Mission was assassinated by the dude's right-hand woman who had the big sword. And the last issue, we didn't see anybody else but him, besides Moon Knight himself, and he was having a conflict of consciousness where he says, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to challenge the head of that organization to a mano-a-mano, winner take all." And the guy accepts, right? Meanwhile, the other members of the team are kind of starting to feel the frustration and taking them out of one another, but we'll get into that in a second. But anyway, he walks into the ring, and there's a whole bunch of people who I guess bought tickets. I don't know. Meanwhile, we get the Hunters Moon and Soldier. He tries to help a young girl. The mother wants him there, but the father tells him to leave, or they're going to call the cops because, of course, it's all over the news that the Midnight Mission are the bad guys because of the whole drug thing. And he says, we'll come back later after the dad has left. And, Soldier is not having any. He says, we still have to be the good guys. And he says, whoa, you need to chill your jets, bro. So that's what I'm saying. The team is fighting against one another because they still want to do what's good for the area and the city, but they're up against the wall, so they're just kind of taking out one another. But anyway, we go back to the fight, and he's taking advice from his other selves, his other personalities in his head, so he's talking to them throughout. So then we switch over to Tigra. So we finally got Tigra in this, and they're fighting Frankenstein monsters. Whatever, man. I don't know where that's coming from. But anyway, she tears this guy's arm off and then beats him with it. I don't know. You think I'm kidding? She beats him with the arm right there. But anyway, they run off, and he's like, I just wanted to talk to Moon Knight. I don't need you to rip my arm off. He says, just sew it back on. And Reese and Tigra get into it. So they're fighting amongst themselves too. And then we go back to the fight, and he is just walloping this guy. And the guy is not even really fighting back. Because in his mind he's saying, just keep hitting him, and make sure he doesn't get up. And that's what he does. He keeps hitting him, and is finally waiting for him to give up. And he gets him in a chokehold, and the guy instead says, are you done? Is that all you got? And literally shrugs him off, and we get that weird face with the tooth and the whole bit, the golden tooth. And they go down into, because they're living underground now because they've been scared into hiding down there. But they end up finding somebody down there. I'm not sure who it is. But anyways, a whole bunch of stuff going on down there. But we go back to this, and now the other guy is whooping Moon Knight, and he says, you have powers. And he says, "No, that wouldn't be fair now, would it? I told you the truth. I am from a farm, except my farm wasn't on Earth. It was in Asgard." So, good stuff. This continues to be a good story. I like it. I'm waiting to see where it goes. We'll make a good film or television show. I don't know. We'll see what this whole that's a new information for me. This whole Asgardian thing. I think it could be good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do with the villain. And then Green Lantern Corps. It'll be too many characters, man. There's too many characters. We do a Green Lantern movie again. It's got to be Hal Jordan. Although you could have other. I don't think they should do an origin story. And if they do a new one, I know that they're doing the TV show, but it's all going to take place on Earth, which is kind of weird. But we'll see how that is, because I think that's coming up shortly too. All right, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up if you can, and if you can subscribe, please do. And remember to jump into Green Hornet 90th anniversary anthology hardcover. Timothy Zahn, Kevin J. Anderson, Bill Willingham, Kevin DeCandido. I said it's Candido. I said it wrong. Matt Wagner on cover. Dennis Calero on second cover and interior art. It's just going to be amazing. And we're going to have signatures as well. Anyway, go to greenhornetnoir.com or check out the link in the description below and jump into that while you can. All right? I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great week.